Yoel is a close friend of Joel and obviously Leora and Tova. And thank you very much for everything you do for the family. It means a lot to us. And without further ado, Rabbi Yoel.
I'm meeting downstairs. It's 25 minutes expires.
We're willing to pay that.
Good morning, everybody. It's such an honor and a pleasure to be here. Shalom. It's amazing what you're doing with this chabura. It's kind of unbelievable walking up the stairs and hearing the Kol Torah that's coming out from people who are working, trying to support their families, making time, cutting out time from their schedule to come sit and learn on a random Wednesday morning. It's really incredible. What a zechut to be here. And we're all here, at least I'm here. It's a very special location for me to be here. It's because Joel has invited me to speak in honor of Leora Tova, Bat Rachamim, her third Yahrtzeit. I want to just say a few words before we begin about Joel and Leora. There's a Gemara Sanhedrin. The Gemara says, we say a pasuk every single Friday night. Sheker achen. Do I speak a Sephardic Hebrew here or not? Ashkenaz? I can juggle both. I'm married to Sephardic. Sheker achen vehevel hayoifi isha yuras Hashem itasalo. Sheker achen means that grace is a lie. You see somebody has chen, don't be taken by it immediately. Vehevel hayoifi means that beauty is empty. Isha yirat Hashem hi tisalo. You see a woman who fears God, she's praiseworthy. So the Gemara Sanhedrin says something very interesting about this pasuk. The Gemara Sanhedrin says that Sheker Achen is going on the generation of Moshe Rabbeinu. Zedor Shel Moshe. Hevel HaYoifi is going on the generation of Yeshua ben Nun. And Isha Yiras Hashem Yitzhalo is going on the generation of Chizkiyahu HaMelech. Why? Sheker Achen, you would think, the Dor De'ah, right? The generation who saw Matan Torah, they received mud from heaven. They're the ones of Isha Yiras Hashem Yitzhalo. Yet the Gemara ascribes Sheker Achen to the generation of Moshe Rabbeinu. Why? So the Ein Yaakov says something amazing. He says, because Moshe Rabbeinu in that generation, when they learned Torah, it was no big deal. They didn't have to go out and work. They had their bread delivered to them by their doorstep. If they were at Tzaddik, if they were at Beit a little farther away, we know. So it wasn't such a sacrifice to come in on a Wednesday morning to learn Torah. So Sheker Achen, it's not exactly the Yirat Hashem, it doesn't require so much Yirat Hashem to learn Torah in the days of Moshe Rabbeinu. The Hevel HaYofi is Yeshua ben Nun. Why is it Yeshua ben Nun? Because in the generation of Yeshua, we know they also came into Eretz Yisrael, and they had homes, they had houses, Mileim Kol Tov. They found homes full of food, full of everything they needed. So that's also Hevel HaYofi. You guys can hear me, right? Yeah. So Zed Dor Shel Yeshua. But the day of Chizkiyahu HaMelech, we know, came into power when he became king. He had to fight idolatry. His father was Achaz, Oved Avodah Zarah. And he had to fight, he had to wage war. He came into office and signed 400 executive orders. One of the executive orders was, every child needs to learn Torah. And the Gemara says that in the times of Chizkiyahu HaMelech, even a child, you couldn't find a kid from Dan to Be'er Sheva who did not know the toughest, hardest halachas of Megom and Alas. He changed the entire landscape. Judea, the king of Yehuda. And he had to fight. It was a fight. It wasn't easy. Says the Gemara, if it's easy to learn Torah in the days of Moshe, that's Sheker Achen. If it's easy to learn Torah in the days of Yeshua, that's Hevel HaYofi. But if you gotta fight for it, it's hard, you have to sacrifice. Then Isha Yirat Hashem Yitasalo, that's the days of Chizkiyahu HaMelech. It wasn't easy. And I feel really that we could say on this chabura right here, that it's Isha Yirat Hashem Itasalo. Everybody's got to be out and make a living, pay bills, pay tuition. It's not easy, and yet you're here on a Wednesday morning. You're making calls, getting clients. It's Isha Yirat Hashem Itasalo. But I have one diuk on this pasuk. The pasuk says not Bnei Israel. It says Isha Yirat Hashem Itasalo. It says a woman. Why? Who's learning Torah? The men. So why is the pasuk of Isha Yirat Hashem Itasalo? Why is it a woman? The answer is that behind every man, behind every great man, is a woman who reminds him he's not so great. No, I'm just kidding.
Funny but true.
You also want to volunteer the truth of it? Truth is, because the woman has to be a partner. She has to partner with you. And she does get the credit. And the reason why I say this is not just because we're on a Wednesday morning chabura. I say this also because of Joel. Joel constantly, consistently credits Leora with his growth in learning Torah. And I think that it's appropriate not just for all of us here this morning, but it's especially appropriate for Joel as we learn together in memory of Leora, who encouraged him all the years to grow in Torah. We can say honestly, truthfully, Leora was an Isha Yiras Hashem Hitasalo. She is praiseworthy. And may the Divrei Torah that we're learning right now be an aliyah in the schus of her special neshama. One more word about Joel. Yesterday,